Yeah, that was a nerve-wracking start to a game. I can tell you that. Their quarterback is something special. He really is. He's a heck of a player, and Humboldt, I got to hand it to them. They're well coached. They got a lot of good players. They're well disciplined, and we in the end we just made more plays than them. We did stub our toe a little bit. We put the ball on the ground quite a bit, and wasn't quite able to take advantage of some situations that we were handed, and like right before half, that one I'll put on me on 100%. Thought we were going to get that, and then let the clock get too low, and weren't able to make any hay on that. I made a bad decision, so I'll live with that. It happens all the time, but our players are pretty resilient and came back and made some plays.
It's probably easy to say this now because of the end result, but you guys were tested maybe as much as you have been since Lewis Central in week 1. What do you think maybe that does for you guys going forward with the resiliency you had to show tonight?
I think it'll bring some focus back, and we do have to have a fantastic week of practice. I think, Boyd and Hull showed that they're an elite football school right now, and playing really good football, and our guys are going to have to really be disciplined in what they're doing and make plays when they're called upon, and then we had a few things that were unfortunate tonight. The long snap, our long snapper hurt his shoulder right at the play before he had to snap. Short snap, and then it goes between his legs. Could have probably kicked it out of the back of the end zone, so that's a good learning experience. He knows better next time, and next time he'll just kick it out of the back of the end zone. But little things like that. But then we come right back and hit frame a little slant go, and turn the momentum in the dome around, and that's always huge. And we were able to kind of continue with that for a while. They had a few drives that were sustained, but and then they were able to punch one in on a little corner route there, but caught it over the top. But other than that, we were able to keep the momentum and keep rolling.
When things weren't going well early, one of the guys that did step up was Jacob Birch. Some huge plays early, some huge catches.
Yeah, he's got great hands. He runs good routes. He's a quick kid. He runs really right around 4.5, 4.6 speed. So he can fly around on the field and make plays. And we were happy to have him. I think I don't know how many catches he had, 5 or 6.
Seven.
Yeah.
7. So he was doing yeoman's work there for a while, and then that opened up some other guys when they started having to slide around a little bit. So he was fantastic catching the ball and getting upfield tonight for sure.
Speak to Tegan's night. I know you've talked all year about the progression he's made from last year to this year, and I think tonight is probably the perfect example of that.
Yeah, he started taking what they were giving us. They were giving us some of the unders early, and then once we got that hitting, we were able to get a few deep balls. But everybody's going to make a few mistakes here and there, and he's going to look at that and he's going to try to improve. And that's what he does week to week. It doesn't matter if it's the last game of the season or not. So he's going to look for improvement. He's going to try to make better decisions. We're going to try to make better calls as coaches. I mean, sometimes we put him in a tough situation, and he's got to make the best of it. But that's kind of how football rolls.
You gave up that rushing touchdown over 80 yards early, but then what was the approach defensively? You really contained him the rest of the night. You have one guy spying him, or how'd you have to contain him?
Yeah, we missed a gap on that. Gap responsibility is so important, especially against a guy like that. And we were in one gap off, and that's what bit us. I mean, it's a 80-yard touchdown runs the result. So that's how important being in the right place is on defense. You still have to make the play when it comes to you, but if you're not in the right place to make it, it's impossible, and that's pretty evident by an 80-yard run. So
That happens early, and then they don't score again the rest of the first half. Defense did a great job of holding them to 6.
Yeah, we turned it over, and with that little fumble, I think Hall had a fumble coming towards our sideline there, and looked like our left tackle was actually going to pick up the ball, but couldn't quite reel her in and turn it over there. And our defense stepped up and made big play, and all of a sudden we got the ball back in our hands, and we were able to get it out of there at least and move the ball down the field.
Boyd and Hill Rock Valley, obviously, for all the marbles on Friday. And I know you guys are a little familiar with them last year, but every year is a little bit different. What do you guys maybe take away from not only last year's matchup, but what you've seen from them this year going into next week?
Well, we don't like to look too far ahead, that's for sure. I didn't get to watch much of the game there. There's a gas issue on the road, some gas spill, something. But they're a good football team. There's no doubt about it. With T-Slaw slinging around there, he's really effective. He's kind of like Teagan. He likes to throw the ball down the field, and he takes what people give him. And we're going to have to play disciplined defense, and offensively they look like tyrants out there. They're not giving up much. So we're going to have to break it down. But right now we're going to kind of live in the moment and enjoy this for a little bit, and then get back to work tomorrow.
Yeah, and just how gratifying to get back to this point.
Yeah, these guys, they got all the way there last year, and then, some things went sour on us, and we had some sour grapes, so they've been wanting to have finish some unfinished business, and now they have the opportunity. It's in front of them, and, it's going to take a week of good focused practice, and, we're going to prepare as well as we can for what Boyd and Holt can throw at us, and I know that's going to be plenty.